Warning! The following video is over-exaggerated. Most opinions shared aren't really accurate to my feels and thoughts, because let's be honest, the Game Boy Advance SP is still the best handheld. Don't at me. Game Boy? What's wrong with girls, huh? Sexist. Look at how bulky and ugly this thing is. Ugh. I can't even see the screen, dude. I need a flashlight to see what I'm playing. And the screen is so tiny. Gonna need a microscope too. Why are the colors green and black? This is like the Virtual Boy, but, well, okay, you know what? Never mind. I didn't say that. No, that is a whole nother thing. There was only 5 launch games. Yeah, 5. There was exclusives in the other regions, but damn, that's just pathetic. The only reason people remember the Game Boy is because of Tetris and Super Mario Land. That's it. Handy Boy? You call this piece of garbage handy? The Game Boy really kicked in the era of crappy movie games being released just to cash in. It was relentless back then, let me tell you. Ew, that teal backdrop and pink buttons don't match at all. There's only 2 Barbie Game Boys, but I wanted one. Aww. You know, what kind of name is Game Boy Pocket anyway? The original Game Boy could fit in your pocket too, so I don't know. The Game Boy Pocket didn't fix the Game Boy's biggest problem, the freaking dark screen. Yeah, I know, the Game Boy Light did that, but why did it take 2 revisions to get to this point? Why did they release the Game Boy Light and Game Boy Color in the same year? That's like if the PS4 Pro and a PS5 came out within a few months of each other. There would be riots. Wow, Game Boy Color, 3 games for launch, and one of those was Tetris, which was a game I think many people, maybe a few people played, I don't know. This camera has to be the worst quality I've ever seen in my entire life. When you're transferring Pokemon and the Game Link cable came undone because you touched your Game Boy the wrong way. God, I hate that. The Game Boy Color apparently has color, but I still can't see the screen because there's no backlight. Oh, of course. Just stick this janky light thing inside the handheld and you can see a third of the screen now. Cool. The Game Boy Color is home to the worst Shrek game in existence. No, like seriously, don't play this. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe had some awful screen crunch, and it's the Game Boy's fault. Apparently the color of this Game Boy is atomic purple. That sounds dangerous. Get that away from me. Ugh. You know what's so advanced about the Game Boy Advance? The fact that they got away with no backlit screen for the umpteenth time. The only way to fix this is to mod your GBA by taking it apart and soldering wires and all this crap, but like, who's gonna do all that? Who the hell would watch SpongeBob on a Game Boy Advance? What's with Nintendo's obsession with cards? There was an e-reader that used cards, now there's Amiibo cards. Like, come on, stop with this plebeian tech. The Game Boy Advance SP is perfect except for one thing. There's no headphone jack. There's an enhanced version of the SP with a screen so bright that I go blind just looking at it. Oh, and also, the updated SP still did not add a headphone jack. Aw, look how cute the Game Boy Micro is. Too bad it's the most uncomfortable handheld in existence. The faceplate idea is cool, but the designs are so left field. We got some freaking flowers, camouflage, sparkles. Like, who wanted this? Where's the Nintendo theme plates? Yeah, they sold one very limited edition Mario one, but even then, that plate covers most of Mario's face. The Micro isn't compatible with the older Game Boy games, therefore breaking the compatibility streak the consoles had. Apparently, some stores in America delayed the release of the Micro because it was just a dumb novelty. I guess. I don't know why they did that, but still triggers me. I love how the website compares the size to things like lipstick, a quarter, a fly, when in the end, it doesn't matter because it's still not as good as the SP. As if things couldn't get worse, the Micro used to cost more than the SP did. Wow, did that make me triggered? Boy, oh boy. Good thing this video about fishes is better. No, really, this video is epic, dude. You feed fish and fight off aliens, and the fish poop out money. Like, it's so great, guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments how the Game Boy triggers you. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Also, big shout outs to Nintendo for letting me use his gaming room and all of his Game Boys. He has so many. Someone donate a Game Boy Light to him. That's the last one he needs in his collection. Someone donate to him right now.